Human foods that are toxic to your dog. Are you looking to spice up your pup's diet, but want to make sure you don't hurt them? While many human foods are great additions to your dog's diet, many human foods can make your fur baby very sick. Some can even be fatal. We all love the idea of letting our dogs have some food off our plates. It makes us feel like we are making them more a part of our family. This is especially true around the holidays, when we want things to be special not only for the humans in our lives, but also the four-legged family members. Dogs metabolize things differently than humans do. That means some of your favorite healthy foods aren't so healthy for Fido. Before you decide to give your pup a bit off your plate, let's see which foods might make for a rough night for you and your best friend. Onions. Onions are members of the allium family, along with other foods like garlic and chives. Foods in the allium family contain N-propyl disulfide, which is a compound that damages hemoglobin. Hemoglobin carries oxygen in red blood cells. Damage to hemoglobin can cause red blood cells to rupture, causing anemia, which can result in organ damage or even death. So how much onion does a dog need to eat to be a problem? Ingesting as little as 0.5% of their body weight can be a major issue. Before you let your pup lick the rest of that French onion soup out of your bowl, maybe just toss it down the drain instead. Avocados. Everyone has fallen in love with the healthy fats in avocados, but they aren't so healthy for your dog. Avocados contain a substance called persin, which is toxic to dogs. Persin is present not only in the meat of the avocado, but also in its pits, leaves, and bark. So if you grow your own avocado tree in the yard, make sure your pup steers clear. If your dog ingests persin, it can cause fluid to build up in their lungs and chest, making it difficult for them to breathe. This fluid may also build up in their heart, pancreas, or abdomen, leading to even more deadly results. Chocolate. Chocolate is something most people know can be toxic to dogs. Even a small amount of chocolate can cause some undesirable stomach issues for your pup. This is because it contains two chemicals that are hard for dogs to break down: caffeine and THEOBROMINE. One thing you may not know is that not all chocolates are created equal in toxicity. The less sweet the chocolate and the darker the chocolate, the more toxic it is to your dog. Just 1 ounce of a baking chocolate bar would be enough to be toxic to a 40-pound dog. So if you're doing some holiday baking, make sure you keep your supplies out of reach to your pup. Yeast dough. As a baker, chocolate isn't the only thing you should worry about when it comes to your dogs. Yeast dough can be a killer. If you bake, you probably know that for bread to rise, it likes a warm, moist environment. While a dog's stomach can create the perfect conditions for the dough to rise. That means if your pup gets its paws on the dough you're trying to rise, it can continue to do so in its stomach, expanding and releasing ethanol. The rising can distend the stomach and cause bloat, an emergency condition where your dog's stomach flips and needs to be surgically corrected. As if that weren't bad enough, the ethanol being released in the process can cause alcohol toxicity. Alcohol toxicity can cause hypothermia, seizures, and make your dog appear drunken. If this happens, get your pup to an emergency vet right away. Xylitol. If you don't know what xylitol is, pick up some of those sugar-free desserts and read the label. Xylitol is used as a sweetener in everything from candy to toothpaste. While it may taste sweet, the side effects for your dog are anything but, causing a sudden drop in blood sugar for your pup. This is because, unlike in humans, xylitol in dogs stimulates a potent release of insulin from the pancreas. The release of insulin would normally help deal with high blood sugar, but since there is no high blood sugar, it rapidly depletes what is available and leads to hypoglycemia. This can lead to anything from weakness to seizures and even liver damage and death. Grapes and raisins. Grapes are a quick, healthy snack. Have you ever tried freezing grapes for an easy summer snack? Well, that is true unless you are a dog. While it isn't clear exactly what in grapes and their dried out cousin, the raisin, causes toxicity, these healthy human snacks are very dangerous to dogs. They can cause a very rapid failure of their kidneys, which can be fatal. It is important to note that these issues can come from eating both their raw form as well as grapes and raisins in things like baked goods and juices. Some reports show that some dogs have died after eating just a handful of raisins. So if you happen to have a tiny human who loves raisins for snacks, make sure they know they can't give any to their dog. Macadamia nuts. Many nuts are bad for our pets. They have food allergies too. Macadamia nuts, however, are among the most toxic of the nut family. Much like grapes, it's not completely understood what causes the toxicity that is seen. However, these nuts can cause vomiting, weakness, and loss of movement in limbs. Macadamia nuts are also high in fat content as well as calories. This can be a problem for your dog's waistline. The high fat content can also cause digestive issues such as diarrhea, as well as more serious issues such as pancreatitis. Spinach. While a little bit of spinach won't hurt your pup, it isn't good for them in large quantities. This is because it contains something called oxalic acid. Oxalic acid disables the body's function to absorb key nutrients like calcium, which can lead to kidney failure. As stated above, a little bit of spinach probably won't be a problem. However, long-term spinach consumption will lead to stress on the kidneys, muscle weakness, and possibly even respiratory paralysis. There are many other veggies your pup can enjoy, so choose one of those instead. Caffeine. Not cigarettes. Hopefully none of us is planning to get our dogs smoking, but we can be a little less adventurous than that and attempt getting our dogs to sip some coffee or tea. That is a fatal idea. Dogs do not have nervous and cardiovascular systems as strong as human beings. While we can take the caffeine hit, it can increase a dog's heart rate and stimulate its nervous system to dangerous levels. If you store coffee beans or tea bags, make sure they're kept out of your dog's reach, more so if you have a jumpy little pet or kids at home. To get through life, we all rely a little, or a lot, on caffeine from time to time. Coffee, tea, and other caffeinated beverages can be toxic to your four-legged friends as well. The caffeine can't be digested properly by a dog, and just like in humans, causes their heart rate to speed up. This could lead to an abnormal heart rhythm, which can be fatal for dogs. Even if not fatal, they can be hopped up for hours, restless and hyperactive, oftentimes with vomiting and diarrhea to add to the fun. Even just a few sips can be dangerous for your dog, so do yourself a favor and put a lid on that coffee or keep it well out of reach of your pets. So now you're probably asking yourself, what can I give my pup if I want to share some human food with them? A great place to start is fresh veggies and fruits. Just avoid giving your fur baby any pits or seeds from them, which may contain cyanide. Dogs love a crunchy green bean or sugar snap pea in moderation. These can be great treats for your dogs. If your dog does happen to get into something they shouldn't, make sure you contact a vet or animal poison control right away. If caught quickly, your vet can help you make your dog throw up anything they shouldn't have and avoid long-term issues. We all know that human food isn't the only thing that is dangerous for our dogs. What other things have your naughty loved ones gotten into that have caused you a trip to the emergency vet? Be sure to comment below and let everyone know so they can avoid the same costly mishaps.